Welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast with your hosts, Kathy Gruver and Terry Huberman.
Well, hello there, and welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast. I'm Terry Huberman.
And I am your co-host, Kathy Gruver, and we will start this episode as we do every episode with an angel card. I did not pick it yet. That one.
I love it.
Oh.
Do we like it?
We do like it. Willingness.
Okay.
Willingness. We're doing actor warm-ups now. Approach life with an open mind and a how can we make it work attitude. All with little hyphens. Use your will skillfully to enhance the creative process rather than inhibit it. And it is an angel in a teeny little kitchen, I'm assuming cooking or doing dishes.
Or willing to do the dishes sounds more like it.
Yeah, right. Willingness, how can we make it work? Great. That's lovely. So what we're going to make work today, and this sort of goes with what we're going to talk about, right? This is what we're going to talk about today is sort of like an overwillingness. We all love to help. We want to be helpful to our fellow man and all our fellow creatures. And sometimes in certain people, that gets a little carried away. And we have this people pleaser thing start, and it's not just, oh, hey, can I help you with that? It's someone who finds basically their identity and feels like the only way they connect and have their self-worth is through helping other people. So, you know, you volunteer for the 70th bake sale when you didn't really want to do the first 69. So I see this a lot in my practice. I do a saboteurs quiz where I make people, but I have people fill out this like assessment kind of thing. And so many of them come up with pleaser as their top one or two personality trait. So we decided to talk about this today, which is overwillingness. So Terry, how are you feeling about pleasing people today?
Well, I always like to please people, oftentimes to my detriment. And that's where it becomes the fine line, right? And I think what we notice is that a lot of empaths also have people-pleasing tendencies. And it becomes a detriment to us when we're looking at, or we're actually using it as and this is very dramatic, but I'm a Leo, so I'm going to go for it, as a way to cope or survive whatever we're being triggered by. So it may not be this authentic feeling. So we might be doing it to feel safe, to avoid, typically it's rejection or abandonment. I don't know if there's anything else, Kathy, that you notice, but it's usually like, I'll do this so that I don't get kicked out of the group, or so that I don't, piss off this person, or so that I don't lose my job or whatever. So there's one thing to please a person from having a genuine pool of energy where you just want to give.
Yeah.
Right. From a more spiritual aspect of giving from loving kindness versus, well, if I don't, because of some sort of fearful kind of thing.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. So empaths, because they also have tendencies to pick up on other people's emotions, I feel like oftentimes the people pleasing is doing double work energetically. Energetically. And that can be hard on somebody. It can be hard physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. I mean, all of the Ellies.
Sure. All of them. Well, I'm going to describe, so Shirzad, and I can never remember the guy's last name, who does this saboteurs thing. After you do the quiz, it gives you your 8 things in order, but then it also gives you an entire page of how these things affect you. And this is the pleaser page.
Wow.
And I love this. I have all my coaching clients do this. The impact on self, it can jeopardize taking care of your own needs. It can lead to resentment and burnout. It can others develop dependence rather than learning to take care of themselves and feel obligated, guilty, or manipulated. And the original survival functions, and this to me is the key of these pages. The pleaser tries to earn attention and acceptance through helping others. This is an indirect attempt to have one's emotional needs met. It is fed by two original assumptions that are picked up in childhood. One, I must put others' needs above my own. Two, I must give love and attention, love and affection in order to get any back. I must earn it and am not simply worthy of it.
Right.
So this is not just, oh, hey, can I help you carry that? It's, oh, shit, I better offer to help, because if I don't, then they're not going to like me and they're not going to give me the promotion. And there's a secondary reason why you're doing the pleasing, as you already said. I see the pleaser type go very strongly with the avoider type. So avoiding conflict, avoiding setting boundaries, avoiding saying no, avoiding even raising that, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So this pleaser avoider thing, and then they tend to get in with people who are narcissistic, demanding, conceited. It's really a tough dynamic if you've gone so far into pleaser. And what I say to my pleaser clients is, you have to start to set boundaries. And so what I will have them do is I will have them say no to somebody for something really small. Hey, can you pick the kids up from school today? No, I actually can't. Would you be able to do it? And people are going to start to be shocked.
Oh, yes.
Because here's the problem. When you start to change, all the people around you that were there just to get what you're offering are not going to be real happy anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if your identity is sitting in the bar with the guys getting drunk every night, and you show up Tuesday and go, you know what, guys, I'm going to quit drinking, they're probably not going to be overly supportive of that. I hope they would be like, hey, Bob, good for you. But if your identity is wrapped in that same thing, when you stop pleasing people and you stop doing everything for them, they're probably not going to like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like that.
Yeah. It's an energetic influence, and the way energy works is energy influences energy. So if you've been behaving a certain way for a significant amount of time, you've built up a momentum. And when that momentum changes, because energy influences energy, they can tell that there is something different. Now, humans, we have our ego. So the first thing we do, whether we're narcissists or not, we go, oh gosh, what did I do? Is something wrong with me? We do have a tendency to personalize things. So that will trigger us. So if you, Kathy, are now deciding to take care of yourself, but you've been paying for my meals, let's say, every time we go out, you're like, let me pick up the check. And one day you don't pick up my check. You're taking care of yourself, which is what you need to be doing, right? Because maybe you've been picking up my check because you're afraid I won't want to go out to lunch with you anymore because I'm a lunch buddy, right? So you leave the check there. You don't pick it up immediately to pay. And so I'm going, well, she doesn't want to pay for my lunch. What the hell is happening? What did I do? She doesn't like me anymore. What's going on? Which is now going to trigger me. Right. And so I might, from that place, say something or do something when all you're trying to do is just reserve and preserve your own energy, your financial needs, because maybe you have a higher bill this month that I don't know about, who knows?
Or I don't want to keep paying for your 6 glasses of wine at lunch, Terry.
You're at a point where you're like, I want to know if she's my friend, or is she just, using me for lunch, let's just say.
So here's such a beautiful example. And this goes back to a previous episode, which is on communication.
Yeah.
Rather than being passive about, I'm just not going to pick it up and hope that she gets that I don't want to pay for this. Have that. Hey, Terry, I picked up the last 5 lunches. Would you mind getting today?
Yeah.
Let's just communicate about this, right? And so the pleaser makes that step of, I'm not going to do it, but they don't want to say it. So it makes it even more awkward. It makes it even harder. Say what you need. Say what you need.
Yeah. Say it, because if I heard that, I'd be like, well, in my head, I'm going, that's very logical. That's practical. It's pragmatic. Yeah. The past 5, here, Kathy. Then I don't have to make up a story about why you're doing what you're doing. and then create my
Ah,
own trigger trails.
we cannot read your mind. Well, I mean, we can, but not all the time like that. It's like, if you need something, please, please, please be direct and tell me. I think I gave this example during the communication one, but I'll bring it up again. Eric
Yeah.
and I we're sitting on a plane. We're coming home from, I don't remember where. He's in the middle seat because he can sleep anywhere. I'm on the end because I pee 5 million times. And there's a woman
Yeah.
on the window. And we sit down and the woman goes, would either of you like to sit at the window? And we both said no,
No.
because we wouldn't like to sit at the window. So we take off, we're in the air, come to find out right as we're landing, because we were delayed maybe half hour, this woman had a really tight connection. And she didn't want us to sit at the window. She wanted to sit on the end so she could get out and rush to her connection.
Mm.
She didn't say that. That's not what she
Yeah.
asked us. Had
Right.
she said, hey guys, I've got a really tight connection. Would you mind if I sit on the end? Like, could we swap out? We would have been more than happy to help her. But she didn't ask that question. And then here's what she gets to do. She gets to get off the plane and turn to her friend who picks her up at the airport and goes, these assholes wouldn't change seats with me.
Yeah.
And they think, what a dick. Why would you not change? Say what you need. Oh
Say
my
it, or
God, this is my.
give you the awareness that she's got a tight connection. So as soon as you land, you guys get up, as much as you can, move to let her through,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
I
cover.
blocked the way for her once we figured out what was going on.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say to her, you would have gotten your needs met had you been really specific in what you wanted. So she was afraid to ask for what she wanted. So she did it in this passive way. Do you guys want to sit at the window? Which is not what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know,
And then she was probably afraid she would have to sit on a flight, however it was long, next to two people that, she either pissed off because she asked for what she asked for what she needed and her need would be met, or now she gets to hold anger
yep.
and resentment towards you, right? And just not take responsibility for her when and that's the thing about resentment a lot of the times too, is we create our own resentment because we're not asking for what we want. And
Yep.
we're so nervous to piss off other people, or we're so concerned about what are they going to think about us, or are they going to want to be our friend? Are they going to like us or whatnot? And I get it, because the brain is wired for connection. The human brain is
Oh,
wired,
yeah. It's also wired to protect us.
and it's wired to protect us. Correct. So if we ask for something and we get negated or rejected, it feels like we're going to die, like a lonely death, right? But if again, it still does come to communication. This one
Mm-hmm.
overlaps with the communication episode in so many ways, but people pleasing, and when you're talking about boundaries, this is something that I have to explain to a lot of my clients because they don't understand. They see boundaries as punishment.
Mm-mm.
Boundaries are not punishment towards the other
Mm-mm.
person. Boundary is a safety reservoir for you to keep your energy so that you can still be there for the other person. But a lot of my clients, came from a childhood like a lot of different cultures. And so like they were raised a certain way, like especially in the Hindi community, like everything is a reflection of everyone else,
Mm-mm.
like especially the parents, right? So if you say no, then it's not good,
Right.
right? So when you're saying no, it's a punishment towards the other person you're saying no to, but that's not the truth.
Right.
That's how it's perceived. So a lot of cultures other than the American culture, they have a different way of being or of being brought up. Everything is a reflection on how they parent, who they are, how much money they make, are they
Mm-hmm.
successful, blah, blah, blah. So when I say no, it could just mean not right now. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a no because I don't have enough time right now, let's say, to do that for you. I'm happy to do it for you, but I just can't do it right now. But you have to be very secure in yourself to be able to say no.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell my clients, your biggest gift is to know thyself, know your operating system. So when it comes up,
Mm-hmm.
you know that it's on automatic. Your program is just running so
Yep.
that you can, take control of the keyboard or the mouse, right? And just say, it is not by you saying no, you're not punishing somebody else. It's
Right.
not a punishment.
Yeah. And no is a complete sentence.
And no
You
is a
do not have to explain yourself. So
complete.
this rolls into rejection.
Right.
Former actor
Yeah.
had the rejection thing down. And you have to remember, rejection is not personal. They are
Yeah.
rejecting your offer. Terry, do you want some of this tea? No. Oh, but I made it myself. And what? It has nothing to do with me. You don't feel like having tea right now. Do you need this pen? No, it's not about me. It's about you don't need this thing. So when I
Mhm.
was acting, I had to remember that this wasn't a personal affront against who I am as a being. It
Mhm.
was, they didn't like my look. My nose was too big. I was too tall for the leading man, which I got a lot. Their cousin is going to do it. I remind them of their ex-wife and they can't stand her. There's any number of reasons why I didn't get that part. It does not make me as a being bad, wrong, unworthy. And this is the problem. I think we muddy the
Mhm.
rejection into a personal thing
Mhm.
when it's not a reflection on who we are as a being.
Mhm.
And we take these things so personally. And I've gotten so good at saying no. I'd get some email about, do you want to do blah, 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 blah. Well, that right now, that not right now, I'd come some long, no, that doesn't work for me. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I've had to, and I don't know if you get this. I don't know if you get this, but I've had people complain about how strict my office policies are. I've had
Mm.
to really make strict office policies because when you're doing a psychic reading or a mediation, people, I don't know what they think, or they have like, a preconceived notion of your business, right? So there's two aspects that I really had to set boundaries on, which was canceling at the last minute.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, but because I took your time, that means somebody else couldn't book. And the other thing was, and this is it's really hard for me to say no, that this is the people pleaser in me. I don't take last minute readings, like same day readings.
Oh.
I don't schedule same day because so many people are not in the right mindset. They're desperate.
Mm-hmm.
And I could give all the information that I'm giving them that's going to better them, that's going to help them, but because they're not wearing the right ears, they cannot receive the information healthily. So they're being very unhealthy. And then they get pissed off. They're like, I need you. I'm like, I understand, but you can't receive it in a way that's actually going to be helpful to you. You're
Mm.
coming from a place of desperation. So, and for me, I want to help somebody. Why am I going to spend my time trying to give information to somebody who's just not going to take it?
Yeah. 100%.
So I have very strict office
Mm.
policies. I really do. And a lot of people just they get frustrated with it. And I'm sorry, but if I'm here to serve and help people, I
Yeah.
need a partner in that. And if you're not that partner, that's fine. No problem. But
Yeah.
this is the way I operate. You don't like it, cool, go somewhere else.
Yeah, everybody has. I mean, I have a cancellation policy. If you call me and tell me I woke up so sick I can't come to your office, I'm not going to charge you for that. You know, but oh, I forgot. Whoops, it's not going to work. I had a woman say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I got so busy
Yeah.
organizing my new bedside tables that I totally
Mhm.
forgot about the massage. Sorry." And I'm like, "Well, I need to charge you for that
Yeah.
because I'm sitting at my office now. It's one thing if you call me in the morning and I can try to fill it,
Right.
but you don't show up to my office, you're getting
Yeah.
charged for that. So,
Yeah.
okay, so we've got a lot of things here. I was gonna say something else. I don't remember. That's okay.
Yeah.
Something about pleasing
Yeah. I mean, I
and
guess,
boundaries and
yeah, don't be afraid to say what you mean and mean what you say. I guess it's also part of integrity. I think you might be out of
yeah,
integrity. You're gonna, from the spiritual aspect, if you're gonna do the people pleasing, you're out of integrity.
yeah. Well,
Think-
and also just as sort of a final thought, you are worthy just
Yeah.
from being who you are.
Yeah.
You don't have to earn it. You don't have to get it because you're cool, because you're funny, that all came from childhood. Those are qualities that you put on to make sure you were loved and accepted and protected by your family.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do that as an adult. Didn't need to do that as a kid, but it just sort of happened.
Mm-hmm.
You are worthy of love just by being who you are.
Yeah.
And pleasing and avoiding and all these things that we put on is not actually helping that happen.
Yeah.
So find a way to set boundaries. Say no on one small thing today. Doesn't have to be the biggest thing in the world. Say one no, and it's going to be uncomfortable, and you're going to hate it, and you're going to be mad at me. But that one no, unlock without excuses. No, but nope. No, period. Just say no. Even if it's to the waitress. Do you want some dessert? No. Just say it to who? Yeah, no, thank you. And that's your homework for the day.
Yeah, that's it. I love it. Yeah.
Cool. I am Kathy Gruver. I can be teached also. I can be reached at kathygruver.coach.
And I'm Terry Huberman. You can find me at terryhuberman.com. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Intentional Awakening podcast. We'll see you in the next one.
See you.